opener everywhere. Thank the divine you're here to protect us.
The dog lies there quietly, clearly in great pain.
You don't smell right.
You're safe among friends. Never forget.
Got a pain in the neck. Got a bad pain in the neck.
It flinches. A low, threatening growl builds within its throat. Under the collar, you find the sharpened points of metal rivets, gouging the poor dog's skin. The dog bares its teeth at you and growls. The dog gives you a long, hard stare, but does not bite you. Yet. The dog goes to bite your hand, and then realizes the pain is gone.
Hey, I feel okay. Thanks, man. Think I'll wander off now. Here, before I go, what can I do to show my gratitude?
Keeping it together.
Master did.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're
Huh?
safe among friends.
Wait a minute. Master hurted me? Excuse me a minute. I'm gonna go now, but first...
He turns to his master.
You bad man, you!
Than 11 rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Food prices these days.
I don't come visit your ton. Who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Rudy. Nova.
The spirit seems more aware of her surroundings than before. She sees you, gives you a pleading look.
Bring it home. Let me rest.
Damn right. Got a right to live, don't I? Throw him in a hole for all I care. It's the greater good.
I don't think
My
you
friends,
smaller good if you
for
put me out.
Alexander the Innocent. Killed by sorcerers, a most vile accident. A valiant warrior against the
What would I
void.
do without you?
Taken too early, all alone destroyed. The path thus ended, the conclusion of a noble bloodline.
Report. Can't you hear the bells are ringing?
Jeez. Mother, are you mad?
The man sleeps on.
But Mother, I'm sleeping.
His eyes flicker open, but he looks like he's still asleep. He goes back to sleep.
I'm not in love with you.
The man sleeps.
But Mother...
Startled, he opens his eyes, but he's staring. He goes. Weathered and rugged, the man sleeps soundly. He mumbles in his slumber.
But Mother, I'm sleeping.
His eyes flick wide open, but he's clearly asleep. He goes back to sleep.
Of course it's not true. My love, I'm not in love with you. If I can get out.
Right as rain, Ilka.
Take the wheel, Captain. take the...
The ghostly seaman rings his bell, his hate direct.
Captain Abelweather ran the ship.
He turns back towards the sea captain.
Rocks ahead, Captain. Up.
The bell rings.
Smile all you want.
A ghostly seaman.
Are you? Then you won't sail with her. She ran the ship upon the rocks, although I rang the bell. You ran the ship upon the rocks, Captain.
The ghost swivels. The ghostly seaman rings his bell.
Are you her man, or sail you with us?
Who rings the bell?
Then you won't sail with her. You ran the ship upon the rocks, Captain, and all the... I'm doing my duty here, I am. I'm the lookout, and I'm ringing the bell. Rocks ahead, Captain. There's no lighthouse here. Rocks ahead! Ha 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 ha!
And you can't be too careful, you know? If I can get
His lip curls over his...
Rocks ahead, Captain.
The bell rings. The ghostly seaman.
She ran.
He turns back.
Rocks ahead.
The bell rings.
Take the wheel, Captain. Take the wheel. Ha 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 ha!
The ghostly seaman rings.
She ran the...
He turns back.
Rocks ahead.
The bell rings.
smile all you want. I'm not in love with you.
Hard a port.
The ghostly seaman.
She ran the ship.
He turns back.
Rocks ahead.
The bell rings.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn.
Hard a port. Can't you hear the bells are ringing? Rocks ahead.
A weathered woman in a dirty sea captain's tunic babbles.
Of course it's not true.
You got that right, Hilda. You got
Smile
that
all
right.
you want. I'm not in love with you. And I'm saying, trust me, I can see a silver from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If I can get Alexander, then he'll be.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilda.
Of course it's not true. Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you.
The ghostly sea.
Captain Abel.
He turns back.
Rocks ahead.
The bell rings.
Take the wheel, Captain. Take the wheel. Hard a port. Can't you hear the bells are ringing?
She babbles breathlessly on. Barely aware you're there. And nearby sounds.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn. And up.
Smile all
Got
you
that
want.
right, Hilda.
I'm not in love
You
with you.
got that right.
Rocks ahead, Captain. Do you hear
And
me?
I'm saying,
Telling you, if they got nothing to hide, they got nothing to be scared of.
Yeah? You all good with the magic?
Thank the divine you're here to protect us.
Good day to you.
Penny for a grieving beggar whose dog ran away. God damn it. That was my livelihood. Penny for a grieving beggar? I reckon I'm owed it here. No. You wouldn't do that, would you? Oh, yes. You would do that, wouldn't you? I couldn't prevail upon you to change your mind, could I?
They don't come visit your ton. Who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
He gives you a cool look, then rummages in his pocket. He counts the money out and hands it over.
That's your lot. Go on then. Get lost, you freeloader.
Never forget it.
Bishop and
Oh, you're all cops.
slain by sailors. Culprits still at large.
Driftwood Fishworks. Hackles raised, the dog barks at the sand built up beneath the building.
You're nice, and I'm a good dog. Yes, I am. There's something not right, and that's wrong. It's under the house thing there, and it's bad. I can smell it. You be careful now. What's under there smells real bad. It smells evil.
I don't care if we tear this place apart plank by plank. We will find him.
You can't just charge in here and ransack my business.
There's a murder on the loose, and you're thinking about your business.
I have rights. You've no
You've been
authority
warned,
to
Barnes.
stop
Now,
me.
get back to your fish.
The Magister turns, and his eyes fall.
You, tell me. Have you seen a man acting suspiciously near here? Grey cloak, grey beard, satchel slung over his shoulder. The chef? What tripe? That waif can barely carve a ham. And murder or not, Higba is still a sorcerer. He will be caught. Blast! Well, if you do see anything odd, report it immediately. There is a foul creature lurking in one of these shadows, and we will find him.
The Magister looks at you, trying to understand what...
What? A ghoul? Of course not. No. Have you lost your...
If any of you see so much as a rat's hair out of place, you tell the Magister.
Will you shut up? It's a human. A sorcerer dressed as a tinkerer. He's behind the disappearance of several Magisters. As soon as we asked him about it, he fled. Who knows what he's done with our divine brothers?
Bugger off, I'm busy. Grisha's still the favourite. If I bet against him, I could win big. Oh,
The
lose
dwarf
it all.
peers at an expertly dissected fish, gently poking its innards with his knife.
Fascinating. Most fascinating. Oh, my... I mean, no, what do you want?
With a small grin, the dwarf glances between you and his handiwork and shrugs.
Indeed I am. They can close our schools, but they can't take away what I've been taught. Besides, there's still so much to learn. Times are hard. There's not much gold to be made in scholarly pursuits. I can't ignore my first calling, though, especially when there's so much to learn. Yes, as it happens, I need to see the effects of eating these fish firsthand, if you understand me. Wonderful. Now, there's 3 samples that I wish to learn more about.
The fish instantly churns your insides. You double over in pain. A sudden vivid sensation of floating in darkness assails you. There's something in there with you. Something. Hungry, and the dwarf suddenly drifts back into view, peering at you with fascination.
How do you feel?
A stream of black bile suddenly erupts from your mouth and across the dwarf's boots. He doesn't even look displeased.
Doesn't look like you didn't feel a thing, which is interesting enough by itself. Speaking of which, I've learned a great deal from observing you. I owe you a great debt.
The dwarf puffs up his chest and...
The fish is indeed malignant. Humans are affected by it in the same manner as other species. Thank you, but no. I can only allow for one specimen per volunteer. The fish you ate is known as yellow ridgeback. Quite a cunning breed, often used in concoctions to increase alertness. But this one, touched by the void itself. Who is to say how such a creature might alter an alertness mixture? Seek out somewhere that peddles alertness herb mixes. Adding these unique ridgebacks might make quite the impact. So, now my work must continue, as soon as I've got in my quota of fish, of course. Farewell, stranger.
The stink of beer almost covers up the stink of fish. There's a sorcerer somewhere in this worm-ridden dump. Have you seen him? Grey cloak, grey beard. Whether the chef or Dallas herself are guilty, my orders are to search this factory. If you see anything suspicious, report.
The dog sniffs the wooden decking, like there's something wrong.
Something's wrong. Something's wrong, and it's not wrong. I don't know, but there's something wrong, and it's underneath the floor. Easy for you to say, mister. You're not smelling what I'm...
Junk. Dripping with liquid sauce, this barrel is sealed and marked with a cross. From the barrel you sense a familiar power. Nothing stirs in the dank and stinking basement, and yet you feel an imminent presence. Inside, you find...
maker.
Let it be done.
Come play with me, Sabine. Come die with me. I know you. I know your scars. I'll rip apart your scars. Come play with me, Ifrin. Come die with me. Blood of legions trails you bends. The stench of your past corrupts. Corrupts.
This place stinks, but some of those barrels look interesting.
One barrel of fish stands out from the others. It's... One barrel of fish stands...
Nice.
Careful now, that's a trap. Careful now, that's a trap.
Behind the containers, the fish in one of the barrels shifts slightly.
Please, you have to help me. The Magisters have gone mad. I'm a salesman. I tinker. I fix things. I wonder. I buy and sell books when I can. I had nothing to do with those Magisters vanishing. Please help me. I don't want to die. I don't want them to take me. I just need to get out of Driftwood. I can't risk being seen, but if you can get out of town, I can escape to Arks. Please, I'll do anything. Just don't let them see me. Don't let them find me. Thank you. Oh, Lucian. 7 times divine, thank you. I'll follow your lead, but please, be careful. If the Magisters see me, I'm done for. I'll follow. Safe. At last, I can breathe again. At last! I was sure I'd die in that wretched place. You have my thanks. If not for you, I probably would have been found, gutted, and salted. I can't just saunter away. Who knows what might be lurking in a place like this? But once I'm sure the way's clear, I'm running to Ox like a cat with its tail on fire. I'm done with this stinking town. I've been asking myself the same thing. I was just enjoying some stew in the tavern, reading over my latest acquisitions, and then I was surrounded by Magisters.
He hands you a damp scroll. In between the fish guts, it seems to give details of how to cast a powerful source spell.
Here, take it. That's the scroll that caused all this. I barely got out there with my life. Oh, of course. I mean, I'm not much of a sorcerer, but I have my connections. Hanag's a pretty powerful source master, incredible control of portals. I've never seen anyone bend space like she can. Last I heard, she was holed up in a house out in Paradise Downs, the farms to the north. There's more than a few Magisters around those parts, though. She might still be there, might not. But I pity any red cloak that gets on her bad side. In the kitchens of the tavern, of all places. That cook had it. Offered it for a great price, too. I thought she was an idiot selling it so cheap. Then again, I'm the dolt who ended up in a barrel. But if she has Magister artifacts, she must be the one they're looking for.
He pauses for a long moment, his eyes lingering on your weapon.
I mean, okay. Look, if you want something else, go to Blood Moon Island. I'm not giving you a name. I'm not giving you anything. Whoever you find there, whatever you find, it's not on me. But if you really want a sorcerer, go to Blood Moon Island. And that's all I have to say about it. I swear, once I get to Ox, I'm going to have the bath of my life.